Jai Hind, Jai Bharat to everyone. Students, I hope you all are fit, fine, and safe at home. Welcome to our online education. Myself, Sangundar Sulakshna, and I will be teaching you economics. So, students, today we are here to see Standard 11th Economics, chapter number 1, Economic and Introduction. As you all know, we have already seen few parts of this chapter. So today we are here to see the part 6 of the chapter. So before moving on to the today's portion, let us have a short summarization of the previous portion. So previously we have seen how we can use the statistical information as an importance, why it is very important in economic to see the statistical data or information, because it gives us a confirmation of a principle. Rather than that, it shows the trend of any principle or economic parameter in which way it is going on. After that, it is very useful for doing the comparative study in a very detailed manner. After that, if you are seeing, the fourth point was that if you want to present a precise fact, then the statistical information help us to do that in a very easy way in the economics. So after that, what are the aspects that we should consider while or before drawing the diagram? In that we have seen the three important portion, that whenever we are having the data for drawing any diagram, we must be clear or we must be having the confidence that that data must be reliable. So from which sources we can get the reliable data? From the Economic Survey of India, from the CSO organization, Central Statistical Organization, we can get such data in a very detailed manner. And if you want to do comparative study of other countries, then you can get it from the World Development Report from the other countries' parameters. So in this manner, we have seen first point in this portion. Second, we have seen the clarity of the independent and dependent variable. Usually, we must know the cause and effect in a very detailed manner. So in that, you must understand what is independent variable and what is dependent variable. Independent variable which are working in a very independent way, which is not dependent on anything, and dependent which is dependent on that independent variable. In that portion, we have understood the portion that independent variable are always shown on x-axis and dependent on y-axis. Talking about the example of rainfall and agriculture. Rainfall is the cause and the independent variable. The dependent is agriculture production and the effect. So cause is independent and the effect is dependent. Rather than that, the next example we have seen that on various period, what was the production of a particular sum? So the time period is independent, so it will come on x-axis, and the dependent is production of that particular firm, that will come on y-axis. But here we have learned the law of demand is little bit different. That's why the price is independent, then also it is kept on the y-axis, and the dependent demand is kept on the x-axis. So in law of demand, the scenario is little different that we understood. After that, we saw that selecting an appropriate scale. Before doing any diagram or graph, the scale must be selected appropriate to get a clarity of the diagram or a systematic diagram. If it is given in thousands or lakhs, we must convert it into the portion that we can indicate in the graph. Then we have to draw the graph. These all things we have seen in a very detailed manner. So today we are going to start up with the presentation of the graphs and diagram. Which types of graphs and diagrams we are going to see in today's portion. So let us move on with the today's portion without wasting the time. So students, after that revision, let us move on with the today's portion, presenting quantitative numerical information in diagrams and graph. I am going to read it out, list it out carefully. Numerical data can be presented in different types of graphs and diagrams. Diagrams showing linear and non-linear relations are commonly used in economics. The demand curve is one such diagram. Some other types of charts, graphs, diagrams are frequently used in economics are bar diagram, grouped bar diagram and pie diagram. So न्यूमेरिकल डेटा को डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ ग्राफ्स एंड डायग्राम्स में प्रेजेंट किया जा सकता है. इवन डायग्राम्स में लीनियर यानी लाइन को यूज करके लीनियर डायग्राम एंड नॉन लीनियर रिलेशन दोनों बताया जा सकता है इकोनॉमिक्स में. कॉमनली ये चीज किया भी जाता है. डिमांड कर्व की एक बात करते हैं तो वो भी एक ऐसा टाइप का डायग्राम ही माना जाता है. इसके अलावा लीनियर नॉन लीनियर डायग्राम के अलावा भी बहुत सारे टाइप्स के चार्ट्स, ग्राफ एन डायग्राम फ्रीक्वेंटली हम इकोनॉमिक्स के अंदर देखते हैं। तो वो कैसा है, क्या है? बार डायग्राम, ग्रुप्ड बार डायग्राम और पाई डायग्राम के रूप में हम देखते हैं। सो आई होप आप लोगों को ये जो अभी का एक्सप्रेशन समझ में आएगा। सो नाउ लेट अस मूव ऑन विद द बार diagram. A bar diagram, also known as bar chart or bar graph in a diagram, which represents group data with rectangular bar with length proportional to the value they represents. So bar diagram का मतलब ये bar chart या bar graph भी माना जाता है। यहाँ पे rectangular bar का length proportion में value के हिसाब से जो है bar represent किया जाता है और उसके ऊपर उसका जो है एनालिसिस किया जाता है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल यहाँ पे बार डायग्राम दिया गया है, आप देखो 23, 36, 35 ऐसे लेंथ में इंक्रीज होता है। बार का लेंथ देख के हम पता कर सकते हैं या एनालाइज कर सकते हैं कि कैसे इंक्रीज हो रहा है कि डिक्रीज हो रहा है। तो एनालिसिस के लिए इस टाइप का एक बार डायग्राम भी बनाया जाता है। डिटेल में बार डायग्राम कैसे बनाते हैं, लेट अस मूव ऑन विद द फर्दर पोर्शन and see it in a very detailed manner. So students, now let us see the bar diagram example. Here I have written the data, year 1970 to 71, 1980 to 81, 1990 to 91, 2000 to 2001, 2010 to 2011, and this is the production which is given in tons. In the textbook the same example is given. The production is 23.8 for the year 70 to 71, and for the year 80 to 81 it is 36.3, for 90 to 91 it is 55.1, and 2000 to 2001 it is 69.7, and 2010 to 2011 it is 86.9. So on the x-axis we are going to show the year. Why? This is an independent variable. So this is an independent and this is an dependent. So I am indicating the I and D for independent and dependent. As usual, we are going to first draw the y-axis. Here we are going to give the y-axis. Then we are going to see the x-axis in the given below part. So this is the point of origin of O, and this is x-axis. Okay, this is y-axis, then this is x-axis. So what we are going to show up here? Here we are going to show up the year. So I am basically taking the year 1970 to 71, and then 80 to 81, then 90 to 91, 2000 to 2001, and then 2010 to 2011. Okay, so in this manner I have given the portion of the years here. So here the years will come. Why? Because this is independent, and independent variable except then the law of demand must be shown up in the x-axis. Even we can say that this is the cause. Okay, so now we are going to see here, if you are seeing the slab, it is 23 to 100. So we are going to take the x-axis, you can see 10 centimeter, 0.5 centimeter. So we are taking here the difference of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and 100. Why 100? We are having just 86, but one slab more we are taking. In the year we are not taking because year is an independent variable. So now we have to use the scale and the measurement. But here I am using the portion of, as my knowledge and experience, I am going to point it up, but you have to use the scale and use it in a very proper manner. For the year first 70 to 71 it is 23.8. So here if you are seeing, we have to go from 30 to 30. So 1, 2, 3. So here we are measuring up. I am putting a line and I am just making a bar. Okay, here I have shown a production is sliced up in this portion. So I am going to measure this and do the scaling sign of the portion. What is this? This is 23.8. Next it is 80 to 81, 36.3. So here approximately it will come. So from this portion I am taking. So see, I am pushing up here and I am making again a bar diagram which is for 36.3. Again I am cutting it. See, I am doing this randomly, but you have to use the scale and you do it very properly manner. Then it is 55 approximately in between, we can say. So if you are seeing in between, here we are going to cut it up and again we are going to make a bar here, and after making the bar we are going to cut it up. So I am going to cut it up and I am putting the cutting. Why? Because when there are different types of bar, at that time this thing is going to help you out. So 55.1. After that 2001, 69. So here it will come. So 69 I am doing the slab and I am just putting the bar. I am cutting it up as per the design that we have used in the bar diagram, because it is mandatory to use the bar diagram design. Now it is 60, what is that, 69.7. after that 86.9. if you are seeing, 86 will come here. We are going to make the allotment here and again I am going to make the diagram and I am going to cut it at usual. So this is 86.9. So in this diagram, if you are seeing here, the out it came, but it should not come either. It will consider wrong. Rather than that, use scale and take measurement. Okay, I am just showing you the example. That's why I am not using the scale, but you must make the scale. First, it should not come wrong, either it is wrong. If you see the diagram, see, here it is of one shape, here it is of one shape. It should not be like that. The length should be equal. With the mistake only I am showing you that, so that you will not make the same mistake again. First of all, scale must be used. Second, measure must be. The in between gap must be equal. Rather than that, after that, the cutting must not come out. Shading must be in a proper manner. Shading in a proper way. So this 4 point and x-axis, y-axis and the point of origin must be maintained up in a very proper manner. So these all things you must keep in mind while you are drawing a bar diagram. So here we are completing up the bar diagram. So let us see the further portion of the chapter. So students, I hope that you all have understood the portion of drawing the bar diagram in a very well manner. हमने बहुत डिटेल में देखा कि बार डायग्राम को कैसे ड्रॉ किया जाता है. So now let us move on with the grouped or cluster bar diagram. So I am going to read it out, listen it out carefully. These charts are used when the dependent variable is grouped in more than one category. For example, we want to examine the literacy rate of different years in Gujarat. We can use a grouped bar chart to show female, male and total literacy rate as three categories in one group of year. Bar for each category can be shaded or colored differently. ग्रुप्ड या क्लस्टर बार डायग्राम की अगर हम बात करते हैं, यहाँ पे डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल जो है वो एक होता है, बट उसकी कैटेगरी बहुत डिफरेंट देखा जाता है. तो यहाँ पे अगर हम बात करते हैं, यानी कि डिपेंडेंट, यहाँ पे लिटरेसी रेट हमको देखना है, तो उसमें मेल होंगे, फीमेल होंगे और टोटल होंगे. इस तरीके से हम यहाँ लिटरेसी रेट को देखते हैं गुजरात में पर्टिकुलर ईयर में. जैसे कि हमने देखा यहाँ पे 1951 से लेके 2011 तक का डेटा दिया गया है, मेल, फीमेल एंड टोटल. जबकि ये तीनों कौन से टॉपिक के अंदर है, तो लिटरेसी रेट के अंदर है. तो हमें अगर कभी भी क्लस्टर बार डायग्राम या ग्रुप बार डायग्राम बनाना है, तो उसमें हमें हर एक कैटेगरी के लिए एक बार बनाना पड़ता है और उसको डिफरेंटली शेड अप करना पड़ता है. जैसे कि नीचे दिया गया है, देखो, मेल के लिए अलग शेड, फीमेल के लिए अलग शेड और टोटल के लिए अलग शेड. और तीनों को आप देखो, जैसे अगर आपको देखना है पर्टिकुलरली मेल का, तो मेल आप देखो तो 2011 में ज़्यादा लिटरेसी में देखे गए। इवन फीमेल की बात करो तो वो 2011 में ज़्यादा देखे गए। उसी के साथ साथ टोटल भी उसका इंक्रीज होता हुआ नज़र आया है। कंपेरेटिव टू सारे को अगर आप कंपेयर करो तो 1961 में टोटल जो है वो कम देखा गया है। इस तरीके से फीमेल का जो वहाँ पे रीडिंग लिटरेचर पोर्शन है वो कम देखा गया। इस तरीके से एक ही डायग्राम के अंदर हम अलग अलग ईयर के जो है चीज़ें एनालाइज कर सकते। इस डायग्राम को कैसे बनाना है, लेट अस मूव ऑन विद द फर्दर डिटेल इन अ वेरी डिटेल्ड मैनर। नोटबुक में इसको कैसे बनाते ऐसे देखते। So students, now let us see the cluster bar diagram. So already I have written the data from the textbook year 1951, 1961, 1971, 1981, 1991, 2001 and 2011. Male, female and total. So on the year 1951, what was the male ratio, what is the female ratio and what is the total ratio? That diagram is given here. So usually we are taking the x-axis and y-axis. So what we can take here on the x-axis? X-axis will be the year. Why? Because it is the independent portion. So independent, I am putting a y-axis. It can be, y-axis can be the male, female and total, which means the population we can consider, and that will be is the dependent portion. So independent and dependent we have decided. So now it's the time for drawing the portion. So now I am using the scale. I am going to teach you how you have to use the portion. First of all, randomly we will put the x-axis and the y-axis. So I have used the x-axis scale and I am using the scale for the y-axis. So now you have to indicate the y-axis. Again we have to indicate here the x-axis, okay, and the point of origin, that you know here the point of origin, which means the O. So in this manner we have the y-axis and x-axis. Now we have to see the year. So what is the year? 1951, 61, 71. So here first of all we have to mention in the corner. What we have to write? We have to write x-axis is equal to year, and how many years? So 1 year we can say, and y-axis is equal to the data. You can see it is starting from the 30, 12 and 9, 79, 87. So again he will take here 10 centimeters, okay. So 10 centimeters we are going to say take. So 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, then 70, then 80, then 19, then 100. So in this manner we have made up till 100. So now you know the year we have to allocate the proper distance. So here I am giving 1951, then 1961, then 1971, then 1981, then again 1991, then 2001 and 2011. We have written the portion in a very detailed manner. After that, for male, what type of column you are going to make? Here we have to mention up. I am going to cut in this manner for male, and then for female, and for female I am going to put the stars for female, okay. Then for the portion of total, I am going to keep the total in the portion of this cutting, okay. This means the total. So in this manner I have given the shading. Why? Because this whole things you have to write in the graph of cluster. Each and every shading must be different. In one single bar, one shading can be used, but here there are 3 topics. That's why we have to go for the 3 shadings. So first of all, we are going to do for the 1951. In 1951, the male is 13.17, 12.79 and 21.09. So we have to take the scale from 0. Okay, if you are seeing in this portion. So this is the 10 portion. Okay, the first one is for 30. So 30.17, it means the 0 here it will come. I have taken the portion and now I am going to draw for male. So I have drawn for male. After that, if you are seeing what is the male's cutting, it is dash. So I am shading that in that manner. After doing second is 12.79 for female. So I am taking the measurement here from this to this. 12 means here and 12 and between 3. So in this portion it will come. Again I am measuring and I am putting the 12.7. After that I am going to cut it, but here the X is going to come. The shade is of X. Then the total is 21, which means in this portion we are going to allocate. I have given the 21, the shading is in this manner. So in this manner we have made the first one. Second one we are going to make 43, 12 and 36. If you have the textbook, then okay, I am showing it here. 43, 12 and 36. So first of all we have to go for 43. So see, 4 and 5 slab I am keeping. 43, 1, 2, 3. So here the 43 is coming up. So I have marked it. I am going to make it now. I have made it. Again the female is 12.77. So this portion only it is going to come. Okay, then it is 36. 36 in the sense here it will, the sixth portion is here. So here it will come. So I have made the portion. I am going to make it and I am going to then shade it. Okay, X is for the female. I have X'd it. I have cutted this portion and again I have cutted this portion. Okay, in this manner you have to make up till 2011. So I am going to make it out in a very fast manner. I am not going to allocate now because I hope you all have understood the allocation. Next it is 53. I am just going for 53. Then it is 29. I am going for 29. Then it is 41. So I am going for 41. In this manner I have allocated the portions in a very well manner. So I am going to shade it out as usual. See, I am trying not to come out of the line. Same manner you have to shade without coming out. After that 1981 and 1991 and keeping until this. How we can do the cluster diagram. This is the example of that portion, and even I have showed you. You have to make this portion and this portion and this portion in a variety of shades with measurement in this proper manner you have to draw. Then only you can get the 5 marks for the graph. I hope you all have understood the clustered bar diagram in a very well manner. So now let us move on with the today's further portion. So students, I hope that you all have understood the portion in a very well manner. हमने नोटबुक में 3 साल के लिए बना के देखा है और rather than that चार्ट में हमारे पास जो डायग्नोसिस होते हैं, बट मैंने टेबल लिख के बाद में ड्रॉ किया इसलिए मुझे स्पेस कन्वीनियंट नहीं हुआ, इसलिए मैंने 3 साल का आपको बना के दिखा. उसी तरीके से आप पर्टिकुलरली 2011 तक बना सकते हो. हो। इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप पूरा एक नोटबुक में नहीं बना सकते हो। आप अगर प्रॉपरली मेजरमेंट लेके बनाते हो तो पूरा साल का बना सकते हो, और आपको डेटा टेबल दूसरे पेज में और चार्ट दूसरे टेबल में बनाना पड़ेगा, तो ये पूरा साल का सर्टेनली आपका बन सकता है। तो इस तरीके से आज का टॉपिक यहाँ तक रहेगा। आई होप यू ऑल हैव अंडरस्टूड द पोर्शन. So now let us move on with the short revision that we have seen today. So students, I hope that you all have understood the today's portion in a very well manner. Today we have seen about the presentation of statistical information in the economics. हम कैसे कर सकते, हमें एनालाइज करने के लिए, कंपैरेटिव स्टडी करने के लिए हम बहुत सारे डायग्राम्स, नॉन लीनियर, लीनियर पोर्शंस में डायग्राम्स बना के इकोनॉमिक में कहीं ना कहीं उसको रेफर कर सकते या एनालाइज कर सकते। जबकि अगर हम बात करें तो डायग्राम, ग्राफ, चार्ट, ऐसे बहुत सारी चीजें यूज किया जाता है। मेन प्रोबेबली इकोनॉमिक के अंदर बार चार्ट, ग्रुप या क्लस्टर डायग्राम और पाई डायग्राम यूज किया जाता है, जिनमें से आज हमने डिटेल में बार डायग्राम देखा। बार डायग्राम में हमने ये देखा कि सिंगल बार डायग्राम कैसे बनाया जा सकता है पर्टिकुलर एक टॉपिक के ऊपर, सर्टेन ईयर्स के ऊपर। देन वी हैव सीन दैट कि लिटरेसी रेट पे जो हम डायग्राम बनाते हैं, जैसे कि लिटरेसी रेट पे हमें कैसे डायग्राम बनाना है, जिसके अंदर एक ही कैटेगरी है लिटरेसी रेट। उसके अंदर 3 टॉपिक है जो कि मेल, फीमेल एंड अदर कैटेगरी, यानी टोटल में देखा गया, मेल, फीमेल और उसका टोटल। यहाँ तो 3 आ गया, सब कैटेगरी 3 आ गया, बट यही सब कैटेगरी 3 को एक ही डायग्राम में कैसे रिप्रेजेंट किया जाता है, तो ग्रुप या क्लस्टर बार डायग्राम में रिप्रेजेंट किया जाता है। उसको कैसे बनाना है, कैसे मेजरमेंट्स लेना है और क्या गलतियां नहीं करनी है। बार डायग्राम में मैंने क्या गलतियां नहीं करनी ये बताया, क्लस्टर बार डायग्राम में मैंने किस तरीके से मेजरमेंट लेके लेना है ये बताया। तो आई होप दिस इंफॉर्मेशन वॉज एन important information for you all. I hope you all have understood the today's portion in a very well manner. Until the next video is not coming, I hope you all will be fit, fine and safe at home. Until that, Jai Hind and Jai Bharat to everyone.